All right, everyone. Hello, hello. I am super excited to be here with you guys today for the Online Authority Blueprint. Get on. I'm also Facebook Living again for those of you who were on yesterday. And I really am excited for this content. So everyone was blown away by yesterday's webinar, and today I feel like is even better. So if you liked yesterday, you're going to love today. So say hello, everyone who's here. Melody's here, Gina, Naomi, Shalu. Oh, I like your name. Tracy. Yes, you missed day one. Day one was yesterday, Tracy, but you can just click that button and you'll watch, you can watch day one. Lynn is here. Can't wait to get underway. Hello, hello. Guys, just comment really quick. Make sure that you can, I want to make sure that you guys can hear me before we go all in. And you guys can hear me, and let's see if you guys can see me. Alrighty, so if you can see and hear me, put that in the comments. I want to make sure that you guys can see and hear me before I get started. Nicole says she can hear me. Kelly says, I loved yesterday, excited for today, looking forward to it, says Gwen. Awesome, you guys can hear me, you guys can see me. Fantastic. Awesome. Cool, cool, cool. All right, well, I am excited. Let's get started. So I'm just gonna share my screen with you. Remember, you guys have another chance to win a year of the Little Black Business Book. So I will tell you how to do that in just a second. But this is also for people who are current members. So if you're a current member, even if you bought within the last couple days or you buy today and you win, you get a year for free too. So don't worry, this is for anybody, and it's totally random. So just gonna put your name in the hat. I'll tell you guys how to do that in a second. And let's just pop on and get started. Again, I'm respectful of your guys' time. So I know that I want to do this for about an hour. Hopefully we can go under an hour, answer questions if you guys have questions, and things like that. So let me know if you guys can see the slides. It should say the Online Authority Blueprint, Get Raving Fans and Clients, 5 budget-friendly underground ways to build a list of raving fans who tell everyone and their mom about you. If you guys can see that, just give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you can see it. Hey, Lillian. Hi, Michaela, Misty, Carly, Wendy. Awesome. You guys are awesome. Carrie, excited to be here. Sweet. So, okay, so you guys can see my slides. You can hear me. All right, well, let's go. All righty. So we're going to be talking about some of my favorite ways to get raving fans and clients. And this is whether you're just starting out in business and you feel like you have no list or you don't know anybody, or if you've been in business and you just want to ramp it up and you really want to just like increase your list and get more exposure. So this is pretty much, this is for everybody today. And if you missed yesterday's webinar, you can actually just click the button underneath that says day one and you'll be able to watch day one. We talked all about content, repurposing content, and just really banging out as much content as possible. So, all right, let's see. This is going to be a kick-ass class. Absolutely. All righty. So first thing is first. Who am I? Who's Jen? Why you should listen to me. So a couple things. I am a visibility coach and strategist. I help online entrepreneurs really with their online game. And that has to do with the inner and the outer work. So a lot of times I have clients that come to me that have doubts and fears or don't want to put themselves out there. And, you know, I really help them overcome that so that they can get their message out to the world. My favorite clients to work with are the people that are really making an impact. People that want to reach lots of people with their message, people that want to share their story. And, you know, for a long time, I hid in my business. I didn't put myself out there. and I didn't make any money because of it. So I know for a fact that, you know, you've got to put yourself out there. And that is why I'm such an advocate for visibility, getting your message out there, sharing your stories, and all of that good stuff. So just some of the nitty gritty here. I am an online marketing and visibility expert. I grew my business by 1,400% in 1 year. I went from making $35,000 in 1 year in my coaching business to making $500,000 the next year. Pretty much went from 0 to 500K in about 24 months. And it was all through really organic visibility, relationship building, and growth. I've been featured in cool places like Forbes, Business Insider, Inc.com. Actually have a cover feature coming out tomorrow for Inspired Coach. So lots of really good stuff, but I, you know, don't say this to make you feel any kind of way, except to just show you that and anything is possible. Like if you would have asked me 2-3 years ago if I would be where I'm at right now, I would have never imagined it. So anything is possible for you, and I am just spilling all my secrets, giving you all the tools that you need to make stuff like this happen for yourself. And I have worked with over 1,000 women in my programs, courses, and groups membership site to help them grow their business online. So first things first, or actually this is the second thing, I want you guys to go and enter the giveaway. So I'm going to be giving away 1 year membership into the Little Black Business Book today for anybody that puts their name in the hat. So enter the giveaway. The bit.ly link is right there. Make sure that it's lowercase. I put it capital on the slide, but for some reason it was being finicky yesterday, and I want to make sure that you guys can actually sign up and do that. I'm also going to grab the link really quick and put it in the chat box here. You love that dress. Thank you. All right, so I just typed in, or I just put in the type form for those of you that are having problem with bit.ly. That way you can just click that link, put your name and email. That's all we need. And at the end of the webinar, I'm going to choose a winner. So cool. All right, so I'll give you guys a couple minutes to do that. Michaela says done. Melissa says yes. Awesome, awesome, cool. Super duper excited for this. I want you guys, you know, to win this. I want you guys to be in it. I mean, it's freaking awesome, you know, and I love giving stuff away. All right, so while you guys are doing that, I am going to just go over briefly what we're going to cover in the next 45-ish minutes or so. We're going to be talking about my top 5 favorite ways to build your list. So obviously there's lots of ways to build your list. There's paid ways to build your list. We're not talking about paid advertising today. In depth anyway. We do have a class on that in the Little Black Business Book, but I'm talking about organic ways that you can really get people excited about you and about what you're doing and about what you are up to. So the top 5 things we're going to talk about today are giveaways, challenges, which are my absolute favorite. We're also going to be talking about strategic content. So yesterday we talked about a lot of content. However, you know, it's got to be strategic. It's got to be done in a way that makes people want more. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about guest posting and podcasting. And we're also going to be talking about leveraging partnerships. For those of you who are just starting out or feel like you have a really small list, there's still a way to leverage other people's audiences. All right, so did you guys all enter the giveaway? All right, cool, entered. Love that you did this in the beginning. Absolutely, I want you guys to have time. Sorry, I have to drink a lot of water today. I'm just having like an allergy attack, so hopefully I can make it through this whole webinar without sneezing like a mad woman. All right, so you guys are entered. So I'll probably pick in about 30 minutes. So anybody that's a latecomer, anybody that's coming on, make sure that you sign up. And if somebody could sporadically copy and paste the link for me, that would be amazing. Thank you very much. Alrighty, try some local honey. I need something. Honey sounds good. All right, so let's talk about the two different things that we're really going to be building as we are using these techniques. So the first thing is subscribers. Subscribers are going to be people that actually sign up for your mailing list. And yesterday we did talk about your lead magnets, how to get people to sign up for your list. So those are your subscribers. They're the people that actually raised their hand and said, I want you to email me. So those are your subscribers. And your tribe could also include your subscribers, but your tribe is going to be more like your raving fans, past clients, members of your Facebook group, your social media followers, things like that. And you want to build both of them pretty simultaneously. There's obviously going to be crossover. There's going to be people in your tribe who are also on your email list. There might be people in your tribe who never sign up for your email list, but you know, I wouldn't take that personally. You just want to be able to reach them on all different levels. So subscribers and tribe, that is what we're going to be talking about building today. All right, let's see what you guys are up to over here. Okay, Jessica. Oh, Jessica's on. Okay, thank you. What platform are you using for your presentation? I am using Google Hangouts. So what I do is I actually just embed Google Hangouts on my website. It's pretty easy, and I don't have to pay for anything. I don't have to pay for Webinar Jam or anything like that. The only problem is I don't have stats or anything of the webinar subscribers. So maybe when I become a big girl, I might actually do that. But for now, this works for me, and that's what we're sticking with. So first things first, we're going to talk about giveaways. So I have done quite a few of these. Actually, I'm doing one right now. This is not the kind of giveaway that I'm talking about, but I'm talking about an all-out promotion for a giveaway. You want to give something of high value, and this will help you grow a really big list of subscribers, but I'm going to get into how you can actually separate, because sometimes when you do a giveaway, people just hop on because they want the free thing, but they're not really interested in what you have. So we'll talk about how you can leverage that and how you can make sure that you're getting the right people on your list by doing a giveaway. So the pros of a giveaway is that you can actually get a ton of subscribers in a short amount of time by doing a giveaway, especially if it's a good giveaway. This is great if you're just starting. So if you're just starting and you don't have a list and you're not sure what to do, this is a great way to kind of beef up your list and start getting some subscribers. Another pro is people just love free stuff, right? You guys all just signed up for my giveaway, so we all know people love free stuff, but that can also be a con. And the reason why is because you can get some unqualified leads. It's just, you know, it's just the way it works. You know, if you're giving away an iPad, or you're giving away a year's worth of lead pages or something like that, there's going to be people who hop on that just want that free gift and they don't really want what you have. And the other con, which is not really a con, but if you don't have a lot of capital, if you don't have a lot of money to work with, your giveaway has to have a lot of value in order for people to actually want to do it and share it with their friends. So a big mistake I see a lot of people making is they'll do a giveaway and they'll just say, oh, well, I'm a brand new coach and, you know, I want to do a giveaway to grow my list. I'm going to give away a coaching package. That is fine and dandy if people know who you are, but if they don't know who you are, that's not going to be a big enough incentive for them. That's not going to be something of value for them because they don't trust you and they don't know who you are yet. So I would think about something a little bit more broad. So I had a health coach once, one of my clients with a health coach, and what we talked about doing was giving away, in addition to her coaching package, I think they won like a session with her, but we also gave away like a Fitbit, a couple of health books, and you know, just kind of like a bundle of like her favorite health things. And that is what her giveaway consisted of. And like obviously there's going to be people who are going to say, well, I'm just going to enter because I want the Fitbit, you know, and then they don't care about the rest. And there are going to be people that do that. So I'm going to tell you how you can not necessarily avoid it. I don't think there's any way that you can avoid it, but I'm going to show you how you can pull those qualified leads from this big group of people. Also, like, I would not recommend giving away something like an iPad. I think, people definitely will just sign up for that. If you want to think of, something else that may be of value, again, like if you're a health coach, you want to give away like one of those fancy blenders. I don't know what they're called, but I know they're expensive. Something like that. And then you'll pull the qualified leads from that. So think about some of the giveaways. Like for me, one of the things that I toyed around with giving away was like a free year of lead pages. Something very valuable. Definitely my people would be interested in it, but there's probably lots of people that would want that aren't necessarily interested in my coaching or in my programs. So here are some of my tips. My tips are to use a social sharing program to run your giveaway. So this is going to be a little bit of an investment. There are certain giveaway sites. The ones that I have used before are Raving, which I believe is free, but if you want some of the better features, which I'm sure you do, it's about $10, I believe, something like that. So it's a little on the lower end, but it's not as fancy, I guess you can say. But the reason why you want to do this is you want to reward people for sharing your giveaway to other people. You want to reward them for sharing it with their friends. And that is the part that's going to make you get a lot of subscribers, is when, you're not just sending it out to the people but they're actually sharing for you. My favorite, the one that I use for my giveaways, is called King Sumo Giveaways. It's a little on the expensive side. I believe it's about $200, but you have it for life, and it is only for WordPress. So anytime I do a giveaway, I use my King Sumo app, and the awesome thing about it is when somebody enters, they get their own link that they can share on Facebook, they can share on Twitter, they can share on LinkedIn, they can share on Pinterest, they can share it wherever. And every time they share, they get additional entries. So I make my contest based on entries. So the person who has the most entries wins. So this really encourages people to share with their friends. So I love the King Sumo app. Like I said, it's definitely it's a little bit of an investment, but if you know that you're going to get it back, if you know that you're going to use it more than once, it's totally worth the investment, just because of how seamless it is, how easy it is to set up the sharing. And, I've had up to 1,000 people sign up for my giveaways just by sharing. Like, it's super, super awesome. All right, more tips are ask your friends to spread the word, especially if you're just starting out. It's so much easier to ask people, your peers, your friends, other entrepreneurs, to share something that's free. So if you're giving away something, just let your friends know, hey, I'm doing this giveaway. Would you mind sharing it with your audience? Would you mind sharing it on your social media? You're not asking them to promote a paid program. You're not asking them to, do affiliate stuff for you, but you're actually just asking them to spread the word. So leverage those relationships that you already have and ask your friends to spread the word about your giveaway. Make it easy to share. So like I mentioned, the reason why that I love King Sumo is because it's so easy to share. You just set it up, and like I said, the person gets a link and they share that link, and it's just seamless and it's easy. And that's the thing. So if people aren't sharing or they're not talking about your giveaway, it's probably because it's too many steps, or it's too difficult. So make it as easy as possible for people to share your giveaway, and then they'll do it more. And my final tip for this one is to submit your giveaway to giveaway sites. So this is like a little unknown thing, but they actually have websites where you can submit a giveaway, and all you have to do is Google it. Just say giveaway site, something like that on Google, and it'll come up with a list of places where you can submit your giveaway. You just submit your link and a little description, and they'll actually feed that giveaway to like tons of bloggers and other sites, so that you get even more. And even one of them, I'm not sure what it is called, it actually, you can pay like cheap, like $25, and you actually get featured like on their homepage. And there's a little button there that has your giveaway. So that's a little tip there for you guys. Anybody who wants to do a giveaway, submit it to giveaway sites so that it's getting even more reach. And of course, you're going to be sharing this all over social media with your list and all that good stuff. Oh, Carly, yes, I'll go back to that in a second. Fatima King Sumo, I don't believe it works for Squarespace. I believe it's just a WordPress app. So yes, Carly actually just reminded me that I completely skipped over one of the tips. So I'm going back to it because that is the one that I wanted to tell you about, guys, about. And that is to seed qualified leads with an additional free gift. So what's going to happen is, let's say you do the giveaway for the blender, or you do a giveaway for a Kindle, or something that people are just signing up for because they actually want the free thing. So what you would do is, after you pull your winner, you're going to send an email to everyone that signed up. It could be 100 people, 500 people, 1,000 people, whatever it is. Like I said, it's going to be a big number, but in order to figure out who your qualified leads are, you send an email that says, here's the winner, or this is the winner. And then in that email, you want to say, for those of you who didn't win, I do have this free gift for you. And it could just be like a PDF. It could be a never before seen video or masterclass or something like that. And those people that click on that link, those are your qualified leads. Those are the people that actually want what you have. So it may cut your list in half. But those people are going to be actually qualified leads. They signed up for your giveaway. They want your free gift. They're going to be hot. So that's how you do it. You send, an email to everybody, letting them know who the winner is. And then in the email, you're going to just say, I'm sorry, for the people who haven't won, but I've got a free gift for you. Just click here. And those people that click, those are the people you want to keep. All right. Giveawaypromote.com. Karen says 5minutesformom.com. Great one. Great one if you are a, in the mom space, if you cater to moms. Cool. You guys are awesome. Thank you for posting all the links. Sweet. All right. Let's move on. All right, so next is social challenges. So anybody that's been following me for any amount of time knows that these are my absolute favorite. I've done interviews on social challenges. I've done podcasts. I've been running social challenges since the beginning of 2014. So for a little over 2 years, about 2.5 years, since I ran my very first challenge. My very first challenge was a dud. I think I might have gotten about 100 people to sign up, but I just want to let you guys know that if you haven't done a challenge, and I know we talked about this a little bit yesterday, so I'm going to get into it more. Just stay consistent and stay with it. My first one had 100. My last one had, 800. So you just have to keep doing it. Keep making tweaks along the way. Keep getting feedback from your people, and just keep trying. Be persistent when it comes to your challenges, but also set goals for yourself as well. How many people do you want in it? So I love social challenges. The reason why I love social challenges is because it just embodies like everything, especially as a service provider. If you're a service provider online, it really is, you're able to give people a taste of what it's like to work with you. So if somebody doesn't know who you are, they're not familiar with you, they just come across you, maybe they just downloaded your thing or they signed up for your opt-in, whatever that is, and they're not sure, they don't want to jump right into working with you. And a challenge is really something that will help them just build that rapport with you and really feel like, wow, like she's giving me so much in this challenge. I'm learning so much. I'm getting results. Like I would love to work with her. I know every time that I run a challenge, I always get people that reach out to me that want to work with me one-on-one. So those of you who haven't done it yet, I would highly suggest that you do it. And if you have done it, like do them again, do them all the time. I'm just going to pop real quick because there's some questions and I don't want to miss them. Should you purge the ones who didn't open off your list? I would, Alicia, maybe not take them off your list completely, but maybe have them in a separate list. So I would keep them separate and then maybe try again, maybe try to send them something different. And then if you send them something different and they still don't click or they unsubscribe, just get rid of them. Does a free gift need to be of less value and just of you? Yes. So not necessarily of less value, but definitely something that resonates with who you are, what you do, what your business is about, because you want to make sure that people are opting into you. They didn't just opt in for that iPad or the blender. They actually want something that you have. Are you going to explain what the social challenge is? Yep, I'm doing that right now. And Carolyn says, I'm doing a mini course starting Monday. Yay, awesome. All right. Alrighty, so pros of doing a challenge are high engagement. People get really into these, and I actually have some clients that are like, oh, I didn't, maybe have like 50 people sign up, but only like 10 people participated, and it's just the nature of it. People will sign up for your challenge and not participate, so it's totally okay. You just want to look for those people who are actually engaging and make sure that you're commenting. Make sure that you're liking on their prompts and things like that. But don't worry. I mean, I have challenges where I have 600 people signed up and only about 50 people are actually engaging. So, it's all percentage wise, it's all numbers thing, but really focus on the people who are engaging. Very qualified leads. If somebody's signing up for your challenge and hangs out with you for 5 days or a week, these are really qualified leads. They're really warm leads. So that's what I love about the challenges as well. Another pro is that results make people happy. So if you can actually get a result for your person within that 5 to 7 days or the 5 to 10 days, however long your challenge is, they're going to be happy. They're going to share. They're going to talk about you, and they're going to want to work with you. It might take a little time, but definitely keep cultivating those relationships because people will love it. And another pro is that you can actually use this as a launch pad to promote a product or service. So one of the things that I love to do in my launches is a challenge. And funny enough, I actually don't have a challenge in this launch. I'm doing something a little bit different, but it's great for you if you come up with a challenge or a mini course and then have at the end a product that is like the next step. So if your challenge is like step 1 and the next viable step is like, hey, I have this course or I have this program that's going to take you to the next level. I just think it's such a great way. This is also great if you don't like doing webinars. Do a challenge instead to launch your service. So I just want to quickly answer Carrie's question, what a social challenge is, very briefly. Social challenges is basically you are signing people up for to receive daily prompts from you. So for example, I've done a visibility challenge where for 7 days straight, each day people would get a prompt from me that will help them increase their visibility. People have done list building challenges, funnel challenges, which we're actually doing this month. Where people basically sign up, they give you their email, and you send them an email every day with a different prompt that they are supposed to do that day, and it usually lasts about 5 to 10 days. All right, so let's talk about some of the cons. And I don't really think that they're cons, but they could be blocks or things that might hold you up a little bit. There's a lot of setup when it comes to the challenge. You have to have your images for the challenge. You have to have your email set up, your funnel set up, all that good stuff. You have to actually promote it. You actually have to do the challenge. You have to create a group if you're going to have people promoting in the group. So it's a lot of setup, but I think once you start doing that, it becomes a lot more easy. You have to have a funnel to back it up. So whether you're using this challenge to launch a program or not, you want to have some sort of follow-up. So all those people that are engaging in your challenge or your mini course, you don't want to lose them. You don't just want to do the course and say, okay, that's it. Or you don't want to launch a program and if they don't buy, just say, okay, that's it. Like you still want to have a funnel to back it up. You still want to have a way to have people in your space. Karen says, I had a business organizing challenge, not that many buy-ins, but we'll do again later in the year. So Karen, for you, like it may have been that they just, they're not there yet with you. And it's one of the things that I actually recommend for my clients is if you're doing a challenge for the first time, I actually would prefer you to do your challenge simply to build your list and your tribe. I wouldn't sell anything at the end. Probably your first couple of challenges, you really just want to use it as a way to connect with your audience and build that relationship with them. So if you're just starting in business, I would recommend doing the challenge just as a list and tribe building technique and not as a launch technique. What would you put in the funnel post challenge? Let's see. Does your VA? Yes, my VA does have my VA, my OBM help me set up everything. Lynn says, what do you mean by a funnel? Could you explain? Funnel is basically the journey that your client takes from when they sign up for your opt-in to when they purchase. And we're actually doing a funnel masterclass and a funnel challenge this month in the Little Black Business Book. As far as what content to put in the funnel, I would start with a nurture sequence. So basically where you're just putting them into a sequence where they're just getting lots and lots of value from you. And then after that, I would probably pitch something else to them. And we'll get more into that during our funnel challenge this month. All right, so here's some tips. Make sure that it's results oriented. One of the biggest problems I see with people that do challenges is that they just want to do like a fun challenge, and it just could be like a, let me see, like a photo challenge or, you know, something like that. Like they're fun, you know, gratitude challenge, something like that. Like they're okay, but you really want to get your people results, because if your people can get results in a short amount of time by working with you for free, it's just going to give them even more confidence that they can get results out of, you know, a paying program that you have. So make sure that whatever your challenge is, there's an actual end result to it. Like if you do steps 1 through 5, or if you do steps 1 through 7, you will end up with this, this, and this. So that's how, you know, I've been able to really be successful with my challenges. Again, like I said, do not launch something on the first round. If this is the first time you're doing a challenge, especially with your audience, don't launch something. Just use it as a way to build a relationship with them, build your tribe, things like that. So I would not recommend launching something on your first round of your challenge. You want to keep it between 5 and 10 days. So my very first challenge was 21 days. Way too long. I didn't know. I thought it was cool. I wanted to do a 3-week challenge. People dropped off literally after day 11. I could see the stats. People weren't opening their emails anymore. People weren't engaged. So you want to keep it short and sweet. Sweet spot is really around 5 to 7. If you want to extend it a little bit to 10 days, then you can, but I really wouldn't go 21 or 30 or anything like that. It's going to be too long. Next is make it relevant. If you are using it to launch something, or even if you're not using it to launch something, make the challenge relevant to what you do. So you don't want to do like, if you're a life coach, let's say, like I wouldn't recommend doing like a gratitude challenge. Yes, it's nice. Yes, it kind of goes with what you do, but not really. I mean, are you selling gratitude? Is your program about gratitude? No. So think about what your program is about. Think about what that next step would look like for somebody to work with you, whether it's a program, a course, or a one-on-one, and make your challenge relevant to that so that they see it as the next step. If they can see your program or service or course as the next step, they're going to buy it, you know, especially if they have been active and engaged the entire challenge. They're just going to say, well, I mean, I want to finish this out, or I want to see what next results I can get. So the likely next step is just to sign up for the program. All right, so you guys still with me? Let's see. Cherise says I'm doing Jen's visibility challenge tomorrow. Awesome. All right, Jen's 5-day challenges rock my world. I did one in 10 days and that was too long. Yeah, I mean, if you have a lot of content, then you could stretch it to 10, but I really have found that 5 to 7 is working. What email platform do you recommend? MailChimp. No, I don't recommend MailChimp. I've never used MailChimp. MailChimp, I feel like, is like the lowest of the low. There's so many other platforms out there right now that allow you to segment your list. Drip, Active Campaign, things like that. I use Infusionsoft and it's really complicated and really expensive. So I wouldn't recommend that either if you're just starting. But I would look into some of the email platforms that are actually going to allow you to segment your list. Fatima is writing out her challenge right now. Awesome. Do challenges work well in the personal development? Yeah, absolutely, Deanna. Anything that is service-based, I think challenges work extremely well for. ConvertKit, thank you. That was the one I was trying to think of. So Active Campaign, ConvertKit, and Drip is another one that is what do you call it? But it allows you to do the segmentation. Cool. Thank you guys. Alrighty. So moving on. Law. I guess that's your name, Law SJ. I have MailChimp. I think MailChimp just added the segment feature. GetResponse. I used GetResponse. That was my very first one. But what I'm hearing from a lot of other people is that they're having major issues with GetResponse. So, you know, I don't know if I would recommend that just for that reason. All right, so let's see, strategic content. So now we're talking about some of the content that we are, yes, Aweber is another one that's good. Strategic content really is all that content that you did yesterday in yesterday's challenge, all the content that you're creating, your blog post, things like that. You wanna make it, relevant. You wanna make it relevant to what you do. And you want to make it so that people, like, it's the same thing as a challenge. If you want working with you or buying your program or taking your course to be the next step. So it's not just about content, but content that's actually relevant to what you're doing and that is strategic in your marketing. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a second. All right, so pros of that are high engagement. So these can, and the challenge can actually kind of be considered strategic content, but really it's more like blog posts, really, you know, longer blog posts, really value-packed blog posts. You'll get qualified leads from your strategic content. It gets your people wanting more. So essentially what I'm talking about here is writing a blog post or an article or doing some sort of interview series that doesn't require an opt-in in order for them to read it or to get the value, but having a PDF that they can download at the end. So maybe you do a challenge, or maybe you do a blog post that's, you know, 56, you know, awesome email providers. And somebody's not going to like save that or keep that on their favorites, but they might want a PDF download of that. So having that there for them is the way that you're gonna get qualified leads, because they actually went to your website, they read your blog, they got your information, they liked it, and they still downloaded whatever it is that you offered them at the end. So you know they're super high qualified leads. And this just positions you as the expert, makes people see you as like, wow, this person really knows what they're talking about. So, you know, these are going to be, you know, if you're not a big content creator, or if you're not that savvy, maybe you do these like once a month, you know, or maybe you do them twice a month, but really it's just like a highly engaged blog post where at the end of the blog post, you offer them something that is relevant to that. You offer them a PDF download. It could be a cheat sheet. It can be a workbook that maybe went along with the value that you gave in the blog post, something along those lines. So the cons, again, are, it's just a lot of setup. It's a lot of setup. It's a lot of writing if you are not used to writing. And then you have to create a PDF for each one as well. So it is a lot of work. It is a lot of setup. You must stay consistent. So it's not like you can do just one and that's it. I mean, you could possibly do one and that's it, but you really want to stay consistent. You want to do it all the time. You want to, you know, do this maybe twice a month at the minimum, maybe weekly. So you want to stay consistent with this kind of content. Next, again, your funnel must be in place. If you're going to have somebody go to your blog, go to your website and download something, you want to make sure that you've got that funnel in place. So beyond just having a welcome email, here's your PDF, that's it. You want to make sure that you've got that funnel in place. That's what makes it the strategic content. That's what makes them want to take that next step with you. So make sure that at the end of your blog post, you have your PDF and then you have a funnel that is going to lead them to something else. It doesn't necessarily need to lead them to a paid program. Maybe it leads them to a challenge. Maybe it leads them to a webinar, which then you sell something on. So you definitely want to have a funnel in place, especially if you're going to use ads for this. Anytime you want to use Facebook ads at all, you've got to have a funnel in place. And the other con with this is that you've got to have it planned out in advance. So it's not like you can just wing it and say, hey, I'm going to write about this, I'm going to throw a PDF. Like, you kind of have to have a content plan in place if you're going to be using strategic content and blog writing and sending people PDFs. All right, so tips are make it relevant. So make sure that that PDF that you're giving people at the end of the blog post goes with that blog post. So like I said, it could be a cheat sheet. Maybe it's an assessment. Maybe it's just a breakdown of the whole blog post, but in a PDF. So make sure that it's really relevant. Set up an offer. So again, it doesn't have to be a paid offer. It could be a low cost offer. It could be a free offer. It can be an offer for a tripwire, something that's maybe $7, $9, $19. What this is going to do is it's going to separate the people who are on your list that want your content and people who are on your list that want your content and also want to buy. So make sure that you have this set up with an offer on the back end. My next tip is make it epic. Make it freaking amazing. Because it's going to leave people wanting more. So like I said, this could maybe not be something that you do every single week, just because it's probably going to take a lot of time for you to write it. But whenever you do write it and you do put it out there, make it really impressive. And then, like I mentioned, having a downloadable for every single post. That is how you're really going to get the most out of all of this content that you're putting out there. People love my $7 offer, Melody. Yeah, definitely. All right. Let's see. What is a tripwire? Tripwire is a low-cost offer. And like I said, it really separates your people, like who just wants your opt-in and who actually is going to buy. So tripwire is something that is of value, but that they can buy for, I would say, less than $100. Could I clarify what having a funnel in place means? Yes, it means that you have to have basically your client journey in place. You don't just want to send them a welcome email and leave them alone. Having a funnel, basically a funnel is your follow-up emails. It's having an email sequence. And like I mentioned, I will get more into funnels in our training this month, but we're not going to be talking about funnels today. A buyer keeps buying. Absolutely. Okay, I have a good challenge ready to go, but my list is small and it's crickets in my Facebook groups. Should I still do it, or should I wait until a better offering? You can try doing Facebook ads. You can try it within your group if this is your first one. Get feedback from them and then launch it again. That's what I would do, Loretta. All right, you guys still with me on this one? We're getting into 4 and 5, which are some really amazing ones. Oh, I'm going to be picking a winner too. So if somebody can repost that link for the giveaway, I will be doing that in maybe after this one. I'll go ahead and pick the winner. I love how you use the word journey to describe a funnel, less techie and more personable. Exactly. It's really, I mean, I think people just get all crazy when they hear about funnels, but it's really simple. It's, the emails, essentially the emails that you send afterwards to take your clients on a journey. Thank you, Michaela. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Carolyn, Jessica. Awesome. Cool. I'm going to pick a winner after this one. All right. So let's keep going. Guest posting. This is really what put me on the map. This is how I got my start. This is how I launched my business. This is how I was able to grow my following very, very organically, but very fast, was by contributing my expertise, my articles, my writing to people who already had a platform. So this is, this is amazing for anybody, whether you have a business that is already thriving and you just want to get more press and more media exposure, or if you're just starting and you have a message and you have something to share. Guest posting is an excellent, excellent way for you to get your name out there and start building your list by using somebody else's audience. All right, so the pros of that are that you can leverage other people's audiences. Like I said, it doesn't need to be someone that it's going to be somebody that already has an audience, somebody that already built an audience. So say you want to guest post for the Huffington Post. Huffington Post is huge. Huffington Post has millions of readers. So if you guest post for Huffington Post, your work is going to be seen by lots of people. So this can be, anything, anything that any niche that you're in. If you're in health, if you're in life coaching, if you're in business coaching, leverage other people's audiences. Find those people who have already built an audience, who have already built a tribe, and contribute to their blog or their magazine. Another pro is it's so easy to do, but here's the thing. Most people aren't doing it. Your competition is not doing it, or at least they're not doing it consistently. So if you can do it, and if you can make the effort to write a guest post or submit to a guest blog, let's say twice a month. If you're a real go-getter, you can do it once a week. But the thing is, you're going to get more and more exposure the more that you do this, and your competition isn't doing it. So you're going to blow them out of the water. Again, it positions you as the expert, even if you're new. If you can talk specifically on a topic and you can give your expertise and you can share your knowledge, it automatically positions you as the expert. And you're able to also put all of these things on your website. So if you go to my website, you'll see all the places that I've been featured in. I've been featured in Forbes. I've been featured in Business Insiders, all of that stuff. Okay, so funnel cakes. I love funnel cakes. How do you get people with existing audience to buy into your expertise? You don't have to get them to buy into your expertise. So that is the great part, Megan. It's that as long as you have something of value to share, as long as you have really great tips to share, if you have, just a really amazing content that their readers are going to enjoy, that's all you need. So don't worry about the fact that you don't have a list or that you don't have, a big social media following. No one asked you that. Actually, a couple places here and there might, but for the most part, any of the guest blog posts that I've submitted, they don't ask me how big my social following is. They don't ask me how big my list is. All they're concerned about is your content and is your expertise relevant to my audience? Will my audience enjoy it? If yes, they will publish your article. So just want to let you guys know that, because I know that that is a big holdup for a lot of people, is that they think oh, I'm not big enough yet, or I can't do it yet. You can absolutely do it. You do want to make sure that you have a way to capture email addresses, but that's pretty much all you need. So cons are that you must do the work. You actually have to write the articles. You actually have to put thought into who you're going to send articles to, what things you're going to submit to, and things like that. You actually will have to read some of the articles, make sure that your submission is in line with what they do. And another con is just that it might take a couple times to get approval. So if there's a place you really want to contribute to and maybe they don't get back to you or they reject it, keep trying. I remember there was one, Mind Body Green, that I just wanted to be on so bad. I wanted to be on Mind Body Green so bad, and I sent them 3 articles, and every single article got they just, they didn't accept it, and I was like, what the hell is going on, So, it didn't work out, but I kept doing it because I was so adamant about being on their platform. And finally, I got accepted. I got accepted on Mind Body Green. And then ever since then, they accepted all my articles. So let's see, how long should the post length be? You on the places that you are submitting to, they literally tell you. They will say, we want the article to be this length, this many words, this is how you have to submit it. So that's the great thing. All of these places that accept posts and accept contributions, they tell you exactly what they want. So if you can just follow the guidelines, then they will accept it. Can you use a challenge as the main thing people can click on your website? I'm starting out and launching my site soon. I was thinking of having a challenge as a way to build a list. I talked about this yesterday, Adam. I think that I would always recommend you do your first challenge live. So do the challenge live once. And then if you get really great feedback and people love it, then yes, absolutely, you can turn it into evergreen and have that as your opt-in on your website. All right. Katie says, this is very helpful for thinking about. Have not launched a business yet, but I'm putting together a summer series of webinars and courses related to spirituality, sacred, and development practices. Oh yeah, absolutely, Katie. Even if you don't have a business yet, like especially in this area that you are writing in, there's tons of places that you can submit your guest blogs to. Absolutely. So you can definitely do all that stuff now. And I would recommend doing it now. I think actually people that don't have a business or don't have the stress of having a business actually have the upper hand, because they, can, submit blog posts and really start to build their tribe and build their list without expecting anything in return. And I actually have a client who was amazing at this. She built a Facebook group that was incredible. She had, like 5,000 women in there. She was just building it to build her tribe and never sold them anything. She built her group for over a year before she ever offered anything to her tribe. And second that she offered her tribe, she like blew it out of the water. She had 100 people sign up for her program. She did amazing. So definitely, even if you're just starting, like building your tribe, building your list is definitely the thing you want to do. All right, so I'm actually going to pick a winner. So you guys, if you have more questions, just pop them here. I'm going to try to go back and forth with the questions and also picking a winner here at the same time. Let's see. Can I speak to more about challenges that life coaches can do? Well, what do you do for your clients? Fatima, that would be the number one. That would be where I start, where I would start. What results do you get for your clients? And then work backwards. I always do the reverse engineering on that. So give me a second. I'm pretty good at multitasking, but sometimes I can't do multiple things at the same time. So while I'm trying to pick the winner here, keep the questions coming. Let's see. I'm a life coach for moms and thinking a time management challenge. Would next step be 6-month or one-on-one program, or am I missing the point on the next step? The next step could be working with you. Yeah, absolutely. Good luck, everyone. How cool will it be to get the membership, Deanna? All right, cool. Let's see. All righty. Just want to make sure I got my list here. Oh, still downloading. Hold on. All right. So I'm going to pick a winner. Let's see here. We have a lot of people that submitted. Let's see. Okay. Sorry, guys. You can keep the questions going. All right. So number 288. Let's find out who number 288 is. Number 288, you've got this as soon as I figure out who you are. Number 288 is Akila. Is this Akila Pitts? You don't have your last name on here. Akila at thebeastmodeva.com. You won the free membership. So we'll be reaching out to you on how to claim that. Congratulations. And for those of you who didn't win, you will have another chance tomorrow on tomorrow's webinar. But congrats, Akila. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Let me dive on over to the chat box here and see if there's any more questions. Congrats, congrats. All right, let's see. It's been so helpful. All right, cool. All right, guys, I'm gonna finish up here. We got a few more minutes. We're probably gonna run a little bit late today, just a couple minutes. With guest posting, here are some tips. Tips are, do your research. So if you're going to submit anywhere, make sure that you're reading their articles. Look and see what kind of articles they like, which I know for, Mind Body Green, the big mistake that I made, and this is a mistake I made because I wasn't paying attention. And I was submitting articles that were more story-like, and they like articles that are lists. They like listicles. So 5 ways to do this, 6 reasons to do that. So make sure that, you know, whatever place you want to post on, do your research and make sure that your article is going to be relevant to their readers. Here's another tip. Don't like writing. I get people all the time who are like, oh, I don't like writing, or, you know, it just takes too much for me to write. That's why I don't do it. Talk it in your phone. So this is one of the tips I gave you guys yesterday. Put your recorder on your phone and then get it transcribed, and then you can just make the edits. Another great tip, and this is like my #1 tip, is you've got to have an amazing kick-ass bio with your link, and you want to send people to a landing page, not your website. So this is a big mistake. If you're using guest posting or guest podcasting to to build your list and to build your tribe, you want to make sure people can actually download something from you and you can actually get your email address. So if you're sending people just directly to your website, if you just send them to jenscalia.com, they can go on there and they might sign up for something, or they might not, or they might get distracted and they might go to your Work With Me page and they might end up on your Facebook, and then you never get their email address. So I always recommend to have a landing page with a free gift in your bio instead of your website. And one of the other tips I gave you guys yesterday was Sniply. Using Sniply link when you're sharing any articles that you guys have been featured on, or any podcast that you've been featured on, use Sniply and have that little call to action at the bottom. So even though you're sharing someone else's article or someone else's website, you actually have your stamp on there. How many of you guys looked into the Sniply after yesterday? Sniply was awesome. I love Sniply. All right. Why do you use Chatwing versus GoToMeeting or WebEx? Because it works. It works for me. I talked about it in the beginning. I've been using Chatwing and Google Hangouts as my webinar. All right. Do I have an example of what a Sniply link looks like? I think Jessica can get you one if she's in here. You like the Sniply, looked into it but was confused. Jessica, if you're still on, if you could pop in the chat box one of my Sniply links so that people can see what it actually looks like, you'll fall in love with it. All right, so next tip is to leverage JV partnerships. So this especially is great if you've already been in business, if you have people that you're friends with, you know, other entrepreneurs that you are maybe in a mastermind with, or if you're just starting. So, you know, this whole business thing is all based on relationships. So even if you're just starting, you want to find people who are in your tribe, who are going to be your friends, who are going to be your supporters. And what you want to do is leverage that. So maybe you guys can do like a landing page swap, or you guys can do an opt-in swap, or they can just, you know, promote your webinar for you. Let's see, Jessica just posted the Sniply link for transcription services. It's rev.com, rev.com, and they charge $1 a minute. So partnerships are great if you're just starting out. It's another way to leverage other people's audiences. So if you have a friend that is in a complementary industry, I wouldn't say the same. So as a business coach, I probably wouldn't go to another business coach and ask for, you know, to have them share my webinar, but I would go to maybe a copywriter or a web designer or somebody that has an audience that is similar to mine, but their business is not competing with mine. It is complementary. So leveraging other people's audiences again, building relationships. This is just a great way for you to build your relationships with people. And, you know, like I said, this is really what your business is all about. I don't know where I would be in my business if I didn't have my friends and my peers and my accountability partners and the people who are, you know, my entrepreneur friends, my entrepreneur buddies. So great way to build relationships. Cons are you must have something to offer back. So if you're going to ask somebody to promote for you or share their webinar with their audience, it has to be reciprocated. You know, you have to make sure that you're going to be willing to do that for them as well. And you can't be afraid to ask. You know, ask your friends. who you've been chatting with, or maybe people that you've met in groups, or somebody that you met in a mastermind. Just ask them if they'd be willing to share something of yours with their audience, and you would do it in return. And another con, which isn't really a con, it's just a prerequisite, I guess, is that you must have your relationships in place in order to do this. So I wouldn't recommend just taking somebody's name off the chat wing and reaching out to them and asking them to do something for you. So make sure that you have your relationships in place there. Here's some tips. Create relationships way in advance. So make sure that you're doing it now. Even if you're in the beginning stages of your business, start creating those relationships now, and know that it's going to be reciprocal, and it's going to be give and take. Ask them what you can do for them first. This is a great tip. So instead of just going to someone and asking like, oh, hey, can you promote my webinar for me? Or can you share this with your list? Ask them what they can do or what you can do for them. How can you help them? How can you share their business or do something for them first? Again, if you're going to ask them to do some kind of webinar swap or anything like that, you've got to make sure that it's relevant to their audience. So make sure that you know who their audience is before you ask them. And finally, make it easy to share. So if you are going to ask someone to share a webinar, make sure that you have swipes, make sure that you have images ready to go, sort of like I did with my LBBB funnel, is that I actually had people share my sneak peek. So that really helped because I already had a relationship with the people in there. They were excited. They loved the Little Black Business Book, so it was easy for them to share. We gave them swipes. We gave them images, so it was kind of a no-brainer. So I hope you guys enjoyed this training, but I want to talk about how you can actually get more. So we do have a third webinar tomorrow. Which we're going to talk about. What are we talking about tomorrow? Oh, tomorrow is your complete roadmap from A to Z, from 0 to 500K, pretty much. You know, how to go from digital nobody, where nobody knows who you are, to online superstar. So that is tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. However, if you want more of these trainings, these step-by-step trainings, action challenges, classes from other experts, you know, people who do websites, people who do graphic design, legal, accounting. If you want more of me, more live Q&A, office hours, having that supportive community, having accountability, all of these webinars. If you want all of these webinars, they will be in our webinar vault inside of the Little Black Business Book. We also have workbooks, planners, and a chance for you to be featured to my audience, which is, where do I get the images? I get the images, we make them. We make them on Canva. So if you guys want that, I want you guys to enroll in the Little Black Business Book. Actually, on this slide, it says $21 for the first month. But if you enroll today, right now on this webinar, you actually can sign up for just $14 for your first month. But that special is going away as soon as this webinar is over. So as soon as this webinar is over and I can make the change, that one is going away. So I would love for you guys to join me inside of the Little Black Business Book. You can click the link right underneath the video here and sign up. And so, like I said, after this webinar is going up to $21. And actually yesterday, I did something really awesome. And I had also offered, you have about 3 minutes. I also offered to anybody that signed up on the webinar would be entered into a drawing to win a one-on-one session with me. So I'm also going to offer that up right now. So anybody who signs up today on this webinar before we end, basically, will also be entered into that drawing. So let's see, do you guys have any more questions? Do you think that challenges would work well for service professionals such as accounting, financial advisors, lawyers? I don't know about lawyers. I guess it would depend on what kind of law, but I could definitely see it working in the financial industry and with accounting, taxes, things like that. Absolutely. Definitely. Christy joined. Awesome. Awesome, you guys. So any more questions, keep them coming. Little Black Business Book is so stinking clever. Thank you. Everyone loves the name. How much are the rest of the months? It's $47 a month. after your initial month. So it's 47 after the initial month, but you actually, how do I measure a month? Calendar or when you sign up? When you sign up. So it's actually, I believe it's 30 days. Yes, thank you, Gina. Awesome. Yeah, and tomorrow is going to be awesome. I'm pretty much giving away like everything tomorrow, so super stoked for that. What did you guys get most out of today? Like, what was your favorite tip that I gave today? Pop that in the box. We had a lot of people show up today. All right, let's see. There's tons of places to get images. If you guys are looking for images, tons of places, tons. I actually might have something in the Little Black Business Book about it. Info about challenges, awesome. Yeah, we have a lot more stuff about the social challenges inside the Little Black Business Book. Oh, and also this recording and the workbook, I actually do have a workbook to go along with this, are actually going to be included in the Little Black Business Book if you sign up. So let me see if I can pull that up real quick so you guys can see it. Let me get back to the video so you guys can actually see me. How about we do that? All right. All right, hi, here I am. All right, so let me see if I can pull that up real quick for you guys so you can see. Four stilettos and a Ferrari. Thank you. Using the strategic content without the opt-in, absolutely. And the other thing, Shelly, you can actually, if you send people, use ads, use Facebook ads and send people to a blog, you can actually get conversions for like really cheap, like cents, like 20 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents. Whereas if you're sending people to an opt-in or a webinar, you're paying $1, $2, $3 for every conversion. The funnel is a really important concept. Yeah, absolutely. Guys, the funnel, we're actually this month in April, we're doing a funnel challenge that's actually going to help you create your funnel, and also a funnel masterclass that is going to be our masterclass this month in the Little Black Business Book. Guest posting, free downloadable with blog posts. I never thought about using a giveaway site. I might consider the guest posting too. It's a stretch, but I think it's worth it for my confidence. Absolutely. So let me see if I can pop on over so you guys can take a quick peek at the thing that I created for you. All right, let's see here. Here we go. Where is it? Here we go. All right, so I'm sharing now with you. So I actually created a workbook for you guys, and this would be inside the Little Black Business Book. So you guys can actually do it because that is the key. The key is implementation. I can give you guys tons and tons and tons of content, which I do, but the implementation is key. That's why we have the group. That's why we do the challenges. That's why we have, you know, that's why we have the workbooks here. So for your giveaways, I have everything here that you need. What platform will you use? What prize will you be? What collaborators will you ask to contribute? You know, who will share your giveaway? What sites will you host your giveaway on? More workbook here on your social challenges. I even have here a strategic content plan that you guys can actually just fill everything right in so that you actually do the work, because it's all about doing the work. So that is what your little workbook looks like for today's. And let's see, I'm gonna pop back on. All right, so who has joined me? Let me see if I can look here. Michaela, awesome, she loves LBBB. Yes, Beautiful You Coaching Academy, Inspired Coach. If you guys sign up for that today, you'll see my cover story tomorrow. Sorry, my assistant is just leaving. I love how everything links together to feed the business. Signed up for LBB. Awesome, Diana. Diana signed up. How I stay organized. I have a really amazing team too, guys. I gotta give my team credit. I have Courtney and Jessica. They are amazing and they really keep me on track as well. Cool. Yes, I'm gonna be in the April issue of Inspired Coach. I love the info about the funnels. They always confuse me, but something has clicked on this webinar. Awesome. Love it, love it, love it. Michelle is signed up, trying to join, but your site keeps refreshing. Oh, hold on one second. Let me fix that for you. Just give me a quick second and I can fix that right now for you. All right, so we're going tomorrow. 405. All right, try again. It should be fixed now. Let's see. Sorry about that. Alrighty, so it should be fixed now. And like I said, as soon as I hang off the webinar, it's going up to 21. So guys, if you're quicker than me, you can get it for 14. So I will give you guys about another 5 minutes since that was refreshing and we went a little over on our time. But I just want to thank you guys again for joining me. I hope that you join me tomorrow. If you missed yesterday's, you can actually just click the little button that says day 1. And you'll see yesterday's webinar as well. And then I'll also be sending out a replay if you guys want to see that replay. And also I'll be reaching out to the winner of whoever signed up on the webinar. Let's see, we have Catherine, Wendy, Rita, Jennifer, Michelle, Diana, Catherine. Awesome. You guys are awesome. Christy, awesome. Cool. Well, I will see you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, same time, same place. And I thank you guys for being here and hanging out with me. Bye.